Hey y'all, and welcome back to the party. It's your girl BrittReacts, and today we are reacting via a kind suggestion to Metallica 1. Let's see what they have to say.
To me, the song 1 is where I first started to get to know you guys because of the video and all that kind of stuff. And the thought of a guy locked in his body.
Oh,
I
wow.
mean, the guy has no senses. Where did this song, first of all, how do you start writing a song about all this?
My brother, older brother Dave, who was, he also played in a band, played drums. He, I don't know, he told me a story about, I guess, he was, whatever, reading a book, and which was Johnny Got His Gun, telling me about this guy who, yeah, he was like a prisoner in his own body. And I related to that because I felt that. Not that I couldn't speak or hear or use my limbs, but for some reason I connected with that, like being stuck in your own skin and how uncomfortable that can feel. And that would be like the ultimate hell where you can't communicate to anybody.
So the song is about a guy who's trapped inside his own body. He has no arms, he has no legs, he can't taste, he can't see, he can't smell.
Or talk.
And in a way, you felt like that.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Because of you had a miserable childhood. When I read about your childhood, I think, I don't even know how you survived that.
Well, and the crazy thing is, you know, I grew up thinking that it was just normal. And I think I'm not the only one.
You thought your childhood was normal?
Yeah.
I had to take a sip of water because I'm like, this is a lot. You guys, if you're new here, you might not know this, but if you have been here a while, hey, love you, mean it. Y'all know I love to hear a backstory. And sometimes people are like, why did you listen to this version? I love that Howard Stern interviews them before any artist, any band. He always does a small, short interview specifically on the song or songs they're going to sing. And what it does is it allows me to learn a little bit more about the song, especially when it's like bands, rock bands that I have no familiarity with. And I struggle with the lyrics because sometimes I think the songs are a little more complex than I can understand on the first listen. And I love to be presented with a little bit of information, a little bit of backstory, a little bit of know-how, or, you know, just something to give me an understanding, because the goal is for me to understand the song and appreciation, to be able to appreciate now knowing this one band member in particular had a horrible childhood, and you know, the story kind of came about from his brother and how he related to it. It's like, now I'm gonna come into the song way different had I not known this information. So sometimes it's not about like listening to the original version. It's more of a choice that like I get to understand better, which for me is more important than just listening to a song. If I can have the opportunity to understand a song, I'm going to take that opportunity 100%. So anyway, I didn't mean to go off on that tangent, but like, this is like, I'm like, good grief, this is a lot of information, but now I'm going to hear and feel the song way differently had I just opened up the music video. Do you know what I mean? I hope you do.
Because how would you know otherwise?
Right.
Exactly.
Your father left when you were what? 13.
Yeah.
He leaves, and you never hear from the guy again, right? I mean, pretty much. He didn't support the family.
He did not. Right.
And your mom, she died shortly thereafter of cancer, right?
Yeah, a few years later.
So you were basically orphaned.
Yeah.
So that's why when we hear this song, 1, we're not just talking about a guy who's had his limbs cut off and had his senses all, you know, and he's locked inside his head. It's very much you who had, you know, you were cut off from the rest of the world in a sense and very alone.
I can't help but look at the bandmates who feel antsy. They look like they just want to play the music. Like they're all kind of fidgeting and going side to side. It's interesting. I like to look at everyone, and I don't know, maybe the song isn't only about him and that's frustrating too. I don't know, but I'm just, their body language is giving like, can we get to the music?
Who had, you know, you were cut off from the rest of the world in a sense and very alone. You're the guy with his limbs cut off.
Wow.
All right, now play that song and don't cry. Have you ever cried?
How much do I owe you for this therapy session?
Right.
Did you cry when you wrote this song? Because sometimes when I hear it, I'm almost on the verge of tears. I really am.
That's great. That's great.
That's great.
I did not. Now I might. Thanks.
All right. This is the song 1 done live in our little studio right now.
This guitar is so cool. Everyone's got cool guitars. All of them. Ooh. Another thing to learn about me if you're new here, I love a good intro to a song. Lead me in. Take my hand and take me on a journey before anyone even utters a word. I love it. I appreciate it. I really do. Serious question. How many guitar picks does a guitar player need in a performance? I always see so many like guitar picks stacked up on the mic stands, and I'm just like, how many do you go through? How many do you need? In case you drop, obviously, or maybe it breaks. I'm just like, typically, how long does a guitar pick last? Because each one of them have like 7 on their stand. Another observation.
I can't remember anything. Can't tell if this is true or a dream. Deep down inside I feel the scream. This terrible silence stops me. Now that the war is through with me, I'm waking up, I cannot see that there's not much left of me. Nothing is real but pain now. Hold my breath as I wish.
He said, now that the war is over. And then he said, I can't feel anything but the pain in me. And I think war is symbolic of anything you've been through. This person may have gone through real war, or maybe it just is like the war of losing their limbs and their sight and their vision. Their ear, whatever, all the things. But wow.
Nothing is real but pain now. Hold my breath as I wish for death. Oh, please, God, wake me. Back in the room, it's much too real. It pumps life that I must feel, but can't look forward to reveal. Look to the time when I live, fed through the tube that sticks in me, just like a wartime novelty, tied to machines that make me be. Cut this shit off from me. Hold my breath as I wish for death. Oh, please, God, wait.
Hold my breath while I wish for death, I think is what he just said. I promise you, had I not heard this interview beforehand, I would have not understood the context of this song. I can guarantee you, lyrics included, I would not have understood it. So again, just reiterating why I really appreciate these like pre-interviews, because now I know.
As I wish for death. Oh, please, God, wake me.
Please, God, wake me.
Now the world is gone, I'm just one. Oh, God, help me hold my breath as I wish for death. Oh, please, God, help me.
Yeah, in the context of feeling like you don't belong in your own body, or I'm sorry, you're trapped in your body. I think this is so symbolic, metaphoric, and relatable to so many people who like go through things and you just feel like, why me? Why am I here? I want to get out of this. Why is this my life? Why do I have to feel this way? And you feel trapped. I was just thinking, is that the kick drum I hear? That drrr, drrr, that's really coming through on my headphones. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it's really coming through. It's quite an interesting dynamic. Wow. So it was the lead-in for this. That's why I feel like it was like the tremor, like a heartbeat, and it led to the da-da-da-da that we're getting now. It's just so like riveting, like it just gets me riled up, gets the people going. That didn't I sound just like the guitar? I know, thank you. You don't have to tell me. I know. I've been practicing for so long on how to do that. Thanks. It's amazing though. I love that we're getting the angle on his feet. I don't feel like we get that enough for drummers. I feel like drummers are kind of the ones really literally left behind because they're in the back. But I love that we're getting the angle of his feet. And that means they understand the importance of what he's doing with his feet and how that's contributing to the music. I love that. Oh, I was just about to say the drummer was locked in. My boy was locked. He was feeling that. He was the main character for me on this one. I couldn't get enough of the drummer and the drumming and what he was doing. Wow. Well, all right, friends. I think I've said all I needed to say, don't you? I mean, I even gave you that beautiful guitar solo like situation with my boys. You're welcome. Again, you don't have to talk about it. Go have the day you deserve. Peace.